the when does life begin? That's usually where the media wants to take the discussion. And he turned around and said, no, let's talk about at what point would you ever draw a line to save a baby's life? You know, it's that age-old question. Is it, you know, at month 6, at month 7, at month 8, at 1 hour before birth? And I think when you turn the argument around, because that exposes how radical the pro-abortion groups are, because now it's not even about 9 months, it's about the baby born alive.
That's absolutely right. So we had a question coming on the chat that I want to get to you. It's about Montana. Yeah. So the Montana Planned Parenthood is actually now, if you go to their website, you can schedule a tele-abortion, basically a tele-abortion visit. So they're participating in a study that's funded by, I think it's Buffett, and some other Genuity Health projects funded by Packard Foundation, the Buffett Foundation. This is a national study we've been hearing about. It's called teleabortion. And they're saying that women in Montana are actually eligible for this. So this is a study where they're going to mail her the abortion pills and without having to go into the abortion facility and get them. And this is something we know that they're trying to move towards nationally, which is why this study has been going on. What do you think we can do as pro-lifers in holding, you know, getting the FDA to hold these federal regulations, these, you know, protections against chemical abortions? For us in the Pro-Life Gen, it's one of our biggest issues because the state of California just, you know, the SB 24 just was signed into law in October. Now every college campus in the state, it's a state-run school, has to dispense our U4A6. What do you think we can do when it comes to these chemical abortions that are 40% of abortions and counting, and trying to hold Washington, D.C. kind of firm when it comes to protecting women?
Right. So it first starts with understanding who has command and control on the administrative action, right? Looking at who gives the go-ahead or the no-go on it. And so in the issue of the FDA, I joined a letter actually with Cindy Hyde-Smith, Mississippi, to the FDA. And I know Steve Hahn well. Steve is the FDA, Dr. Steve Hahn, commissioner. But we were asking the Trump administration to end this study that's being used to work around these FDA abortion pill restrictions and to keep the existing FDA protections for chemical abortions and keep them in place. And so that's what's important, is if you see something out there, make sure you flag it to our pro-life senators. And I have a gentleman named Andrew Kearns who in fact, he's on the call. He is our staff person for the Pro-Life Caucus. Just be comforted to know that every morning here in Washington, Andrew Guernsey wakes up and there's nothing else on his mind except one issue, and it's protecting life. So the members of the Pro-Life Caucus each contribute from their budgets dollars for Andrew's position. He reports through to in my office since I lead the Pro-Life Caucus. But Andrew's a great resource, and I'd want you to make sure you all know who he is, because he's somebody who, when we see something out in the field that's not quite right, to flag it to Andrew, and then we can charge whoever needs to be charged there on the Hill to try to get it corrected.